Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my little YouTube channel dedicated to post-production 5.1 mixing on Reaper. So, as I told in my last video, today we're going to start exploring the mixing template, which is at the base of the whole workflow. Because it's such a big template and there are so many details to explore, we're going to break it up into pieces. First, going through general exploration of the different parts of the template. Before starting all this, I would like to say that English isn't my first language, so I may start to look for words from time to time. So sorry about that. I'm doing my best. Also, I would like to invite anybody who has ideas and think that I should be doing things in another way to not hesitate to tell me because I'm open to any upgrades of my workflow. Also, if people from the Reaper company could check out my little video, it would be nice also because they would be maybe a little bit more aware of the needs of people doing 5.1 production mixing, and maybe in the future versions of their program, they could implement things to make it a little bit easier. So here we go. All right, so talking about the template in general, I've been using mainly the Reaper and GS plugins. You could do basically the same template and swap the GS plugins with your favorite plugins. It's just that I wanted to go the minimalist route because the Reaper plugins are very CPU economical. They do a good job and they load quickly. Part of the routing inside the template is done through conventional, sending to buses like Pro Tools style, like conventional buses. And the other part of the routing is using the Reaper folder, parent folder thing there. Okay, using folders with tracks inside of them, because in some cases it was clearly a better option for routing. Okay, so before going through the different parts of the template, let's talk about the monitoring and the I/O, the output, the physical output of the template. Okay, if I press the routing on the master channel, you will see that I have one single 12-channel output throughput for the whole thing. Okay, why 12? This is because my audio interface has 4 outputs, and I have 8 output fiber optic ADAT style light pipe going through an interface that's plugged after the 4 channels of my audio interface. So 4 plus 8 makes 12. So anything routed going out 1, 2 will be going through my main audio interface, and then anything going 5 and up will be going through the ADAT light pipe to the respective surround sound speaker. So left, right, center, sub bass, left surround, right surround would be respectively 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 11, 12 are just like there for nothing for the moment. Maybe I will use them for doing something else later. All this is done through the Macintosh audio device setup page. If I can bring it up. Here you go. So you see that I created a multi-output device in the audio device applet. I don't know what to call that. So you see here at the top is my SSL 2 Plus 4-channel audio interface, and then I've got my USB streamer 8 by 8 light pipe audio interface, and OSB send, that's simply the audio going into the podcast recording app. So you won't be needing this for your mix. All right, so finally we can go into the template. Thank you for your patience. Frankly, I'm giving myself a headache listening to myself. This is very complicated for me and excruciatingly slow. So anyway, so let's go down the main template architecture, starting from the top. So at the beginning, we have here the video track of the movie. Then we move into the VCA section. Okay, this is the VCA section here. All VCAs for different families of sound. You've got the voiceover, dialogue, Foley, SFX, ambience, music, and a master VCA for the total volume of everything. We'll talk about VCAs later because it's very important. Then there's the actual template that follows. Here you have everything is a folder inside a folder inside a folder. So here is my master track slash compressor slash master whatever. Okay, everything's going through this 5.1 track. Okay, as you can see, the voiceover folder which is fed by a voiceover tracks. Same thing for dialogues. Okay, and you can see that I have two reverbs here, which are the reverbs for the dialogues, which are sometimes necessary to give a better sense of the room that people are in. Then followed by the folder track of the Foley, which also has a reverb, and we have the Foley tracks. Then we have the SFX folder, okay, which has also its dedicated reverb, and you will see that there is two shades of green here. There are light green tracks and ones that are a little bit more dark. That's a visual cue for me because you'll be working with mono sound effects and stereo sound effects, and on the tracks there is the 5.1 panner thing on each track. Some are set for stereo, some for mono. So if you start dropping mono items on stereo tracks and vice versa, it fucks up the sorry for that. The surround panner, which number of pucks, I'll show you simply you'll understand everything. So if I go here, you will see that on a mono track there is only one of those gizmo puck here, and if you open a stereo, you will see that there are two of these which manipulate the two stereo channels inside the 5.1 surround sound. Okay, so if you start dropping mono sounds onto stereo tracks, vice versa, the number of these nods there, these pucks, will change, and it created so much problems that I decided to be very disciplined about this. Anything mono goes on mono tracks, anything stereo goes on stereo track. The same thing for ambiances. Here you see there are two shades of blue, okay, one for mono, one for stereo. Music, you will see here in the music folder there is the main music track. Okay, you can duplicate this if you have many tracks. Okay, and there is another music sub folder, which is the source music, which is not music composed by your movie composer. It's just like, you go into supermarket, there is music playing in the speakers. That will always go into the source music folder. Then you have the monitoring section. That's interesting. That's interesting. I will show you a little bit about this. Okay. I will open another. Yeah, here we go. This is my Samsung pad using the application DAW-It, okay, that controls my Reaper software. Okay, so I managed to find a way to have my Samsung iPad style pad to show up on my podcast. So that's pretty cool. So each of these three tracks are going out the main output on different outputs. Okay, so if you go here and I press here, this was going out 1, 2. Okay, And this one is going out, as I explained earlier, from 5 to 10 because it's the surround. Okay, the 5.1 surround. This is pretty cool here. It's going out, okay, it's a mono feed of my mix. It's a mono fold down of the mix, okay, going out through the center channel. And if I can show you here, that's the channel mapper that enables me to reroute everything, the 5 channel into one. And you can see that I made a high pass filter to take out all of the sub stuff, and I lowered the volume by about 10 dBs on the EQ. Why did I do this? I wanted to have a way to listen to my mix in mono through a shitbox type sound in the middle of my TV, okay, when I'm mixing at a low volume. And this helps me a lot to figure out the volume of the music. Sometimes you need to hear it a bit lower and in context, in a different context, to understand, is my music too loud? My dialogues are, you need this, like just like when you're mixing music. Sometimes you need to hear it in the shitbox to know exactly what's happening for the real life people listening at home. So to hear my mix through these different monitoring buses, okay, I just click on the see on this these things, and it automatically assigns the sound to one of those 3, okay. And if I press mute, it just mutes everything. So it's working amazing. I mean, I don't need to have a dedicated controller room speaker gizmo hardware. Then we go down. So this here is where I print my mixes and I print my stems. I strongly suggest that you use this method. You see, all of my buses, the voiceover, the dialogues, the SFX, the ambience, the music, okay, my 5.1 mix. Then I have a minus 24 broadcast level TV mix going through this place here. Then I have my web level mix, okay, which is a minus 14 LUFS. And then I want to be able to print a QuickTime for my client to approve, to listen to my mix, okay, so from a distance. So everything is done through this mixing and stem printing system. So basically, this is a general view of the template, but we will stop there for today, as the next episode will be attacking each of these different blocks in detail and discover how they work, how to create them and manage them. Just before I go away, I will show you one last thing, is the .it program. As I mentioned, the different places of my template can be accessed via this .it system. So I mentioned the VCAs. So here I can see all the VCAs. Then I will go to the voiceover, dialogues, Foley, sound effects, ambience, music, your master here, and finally, when comes the time to print, press the print button to access directly. So this is all for today. Next episode will be looking, I think, at VCAs. Okay, so that's out of the way, and then the other shows will be about the actual folders and things like that. All right, thank you so much. Bye.